Hello, potential sales executives, for our video message of the week. All right, we're 29 days away from our transition to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to give you some things to think about. If you remember at the general sales event, the awards event, I mentioned that I would be conducting a class personally on how to present the brand. Well, I thought it was a good idea that to get your juices rolling now and starting thinking about some key questions that I want to make sure that you can answer. Now, we're going to cover all these in the class, but I thought it would be a great idea to get you started along this line, and that's what we're going to do for the next few weeks. All right, first of all, I'm going to read to you some questions. And I really want you to take off your sales executive cap for a second, and I want you to put on your seller's cap. Okay, we're going to do sellers and buyers, but for right now, I want you to put on your seller's cap, and I'm going to throw some questions at you, and then I'm just going to give you one response back of an answer. There's more than one, but we're going to eat this elephant one bite at a time. All right, let's get started. So you've got your seller's cap on. You're going to be selling your home. What are some of the questions that would concern you or that you might ask your sales executive? All right, so first, how about utilizing Berkshire Hathaway Home Services? How will my home sell more quickly? Okay, so this is a motivated seller. How would my home sell more quickly? All right, so think about it. You're the seller now. You're not the sales executive. You got to think about this. I'm concerned. I want my home to sell more quickly. I'm concerned about that. Next, utilizing Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, how will I increase the amount of qualified buyers that see my home? All right, so now I want qualified buyers. I want buyers who are able to purchase my property, actually able to close. How will Berkshire Hathaway Home Services increase that? How will I see, or how will more qualified buyers see my home? How about, how will I receive more offers? I mean, if I go with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, how will I get more offers on my property? Would that be something that a seller would be concerned about? Absolutely. These are obvious, but what I want you to start thinking about is if you get that empathy and that understanding of where the seller's coming from, then we can switch this around and start talking, how would you answer these key questions? Last but certainly not least, if I utilize Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, how will you get me a higher price for my property? I mean, more money in my pocket. How can you increase the price? Okay, these questions and more, okay, are going to be what sellers are thinking about. Now, I want you to switch back and put back on your sales executive cap. How will you answer these questions? Well, I told you over the next few weeks, I'll share some thoughts with you. Today, I have one thought that I want to share with you that I just want you to start thinking about. I explained to you at the awards event that Berkshire Hathaway, just in the United States, not counting indirectly and their international ties, that they have 330,000 plus employees that work for them. They have hundreds of companies that they're involved with. So now, let's think about the reach of this organization. How will the reach of this organization, that it touches so many more people than any other franchise in our industry does, how will that help you answer some of the questions that I just went over? All right, let me repeat. The reach of this company, the reason that it touches so many more people, even people that are indirectly related to companies that they own or invested in, how will that help you answer the questions that I viewed? You know, I look forward to the training class. We're going to go over so much in depth. We'll have visual aids for you. We'll have the script so you know what to say. But most importantly, as always, your presentation starts here. And we're going to use these next few weeks to really get your mindset going down the right road so you can solidify as many clients as possible. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.